I'm gonna hold on.
I imagine you can start the game now.
Yeah.
You can probably, like, I guess we'll be talking over it anyway. I still
Where
want to
are
talk
we
about
anyway?
stuff.
Oh, here we go.
You probably won't be able to read out the text that much because I'll probably just cut you off anyway.
No, I'll still try at least read out the text. But if I have to, like, go over it back to it again. Let's see. Okay,
It's almost
alright,
like
I remember where we are. We're about to, get our third party member.
Alright, don't
think.
you buy party members or something?
Hmm?
I don't know.
There's only 3, I think. Because I think it's just you get the chosen 4, but not Ness.
Right.
And we
So
gotta
anyway,
go down here. Oh, I think I showcased this area, or not showcased, but I took a sneak peek of this area before we went into this place, and it was like deathly, or no, it wasn't deathly. It was like weird. Okay, here we go. Text reading time. To the Museum of Dead People. Oh. Here you can witness the breathtaking sights of all the people Dr. Andonuts mercilessly slaughtered. Great. Okay.
I don't
That
even
lovable
know what to say
bastard.
about
Isn't he
this.
just a hoot?
Wait, do they talk?
Hmm?
They're probably just plaques on the wall.
Yeah, the plaques just have the stuff. So actually, I think what Toby did was he actually just took the museum from Summers in EarthBound and just replaced all the stuff with his own sprites.
Yeah.
Pooh, warrior from the far east. He met his fate at the twisted hand of Dr. Andonuts.
Anyway, what were we talking about before? It's something like... I can't even remember. It's like...
It was... characters that... just kind of become detached from their series because...
Yeah.
You sort of just turn them into their own thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo was discarded.
I know that happened to the Kargaroc, and I know that it happened, like... I don't know what I was leading to, though. Like, what was I talking about right before that? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know what the lead was.
It's something like...
Inspiration by Bliss.
It might have been... it was the music, the intro for the stream.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, well... Because my idea was like, well... If this is a because it almost feels like this character is detached. It's almost like it's a separate character.
Mm.
That just so happens to be a Kargaroc.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, should I use music? Because, usually, it's a Kargaroc, you'd use Zelda music. You know, that's what most people would think.
Mm.
But then I'm like, well, I don't know. There's a bunch of, music that I have that I'm not entirely sure. But this probably won't even have an intro. I'll probably just start it.
Mm.
The stream will probably just start.
Yeah.
And then the logo will be on the center of the black background.
Yeah.
You know the Vine Sauce charity stream?
Yeah.
I think it was Vinny.
Vinny's intros are probably some of the... I mean, it's technically a weak intro. His intros are some of the weakest of, a big, fat, professional sort of streamer, even though he's barely what you could call this word, just because, that's his sort of style of streams.
Yeah. I might have been Joel, though. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, Joel also does that sort of, casual, just sort of logo or piece of art that he liked, and then he just starts the stream. Hey, guys.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably how it'll end up being, but...
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, what if I could, make something like that, but have like an intro or have an intro or something, but it's kind of like that in a similar style, but it's actually an intro.
Yeah.
The only thing is that all the intros that I've ever thought of are really corny. But I mean, I guess that's just what I do.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to make like a really like sweet-looking intro without having Sony Vegas Pro or whatever, and like serious editing skills.
Yeah, I actually do like. I've been editing videos for a while, but I've just not done it in a while. Like well, actually, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to get off topic, but I don't know what I would do, like, because I guess it's just kind of hard to make a Kargaroc, like, it's just kind of hard.
Yeah.
With, like, considering the topic and the you know, like, the occasion.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Hard, yeah, it's just hard to make it, you know, interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like a big monumentous occasion. I mean, it feels like it to me, but
yeah,
no one.
But to everyone else, it's just like.
Yeah, it's just, and if I play it up like that, it's just gonna seem really corny.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what I would even do, like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You've probably done that before.
Yes. Oh man. Like.
Oh man, like if you go onto some of my old YouTube videos, not on my current channel, but on my old channel that I don't even have access to, Kargaroc 286 on YouTube, which is my old channel, and there's some really stupid videos, and even on my current channel, like probably the I'll point you a video right now. Let me see if let's try and find the corniest video on my channel.
All right. While you're doing that, I'm gonna read the rest of these.
A little bit. Yeah. Oh man, the Kargaroc intro videos from 2008.
I think I've seen those actually.
Yeah, the one with just a bunch of clips.
Oh yeah.
Some of which weren't even
seen
on
that.
my...
It's like classic YouTube. Just like a 2-minute long intro. It's not that long, but like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Old YTP intros. Oh man.
Oh boy. I remember this. The Kargaroc zooming into his eye, and then it has the freaking processor that flies out.
Yeah.
And that's what it means. Like, wow, I still use the channel that it was advertising. And I remember making this video too. I think this is Back to the Future music.
Yeah, I think you're right too. I recognized it when it played, so I was like, oh. Couldn't pinpoint it though.
I remember I would have made the zooming in a bit better, but this is 2008, and I wasn't good with the 3D stuff at the time. And the part where it zooms, no, it's the same. It's just this is maybe a different program than later things were, and the fact that I didn't have it's a Kargaroc model. It's from the game. It's from Wind Waker.
Yeah.
From this video, but at the time having that model was new. Like in 2007, I didn't have it. Like no one really did. Actually, there were probably people who did have the model at the time. But I didn't have it.
Yeah.
And I was I remember being angry that I didn't have it. And then in 2008 I got it, and then and that's when I made this video, so it was kind of crappy at the time. I remember the white, like the kind of swoosh sound at the very beginning.
Oh, yep.
That was from another logo that I remember. Is the most is like from like a UAC video or whatever. Like the logo or something. I remember that from old VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, the white noise is perfect for this video, and then I used it. And then the rest of the video is just clips of old YouTube videos that I uploaded. Some of which I didn't even upload because I was short on videos, and it was 2008.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a bunch of crap here.
Alright.
Wow, I remember this.
I
Wow,
don't
there's
know
my
who
old
this
channel
is.
background. Oh, I'm just still talking.
Alright.
That's pretty corny, but not the worst that I've ever made. There's plenty of things that are way more corny than that.
Yeah.
Something like this isn't an I thought I unlisted this video, but I didn't. This video just called something on my channel.
Something.
Yeah. As the flying logo in the beginning is like a stylized 2.
Oh, okay. I remember that. I've watched that before.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty corny.
Yeah. Stylized 2.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I don't know who this is. I don't know. Oh, wait.
Kargaroc 286.
Wait a minute, what's wrong with bandits?
Oh, this is where my old Game Maker game videos are. On my old channel.
Yeah. Who is this? You know. You know who she is. You know why I killed her, don't you? Laugh at me. Laugh at me. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Sniff sniff. Oh yeah, and Nuts was here. Is the robot in this placeholder? Oh. There. The most economic way to kill people in a humane fashion is thusly, smiley face. First, convince yourself that it's necessary to turn them into robots to save the world. Then send them back to the past to combat an alien menace. After a long, hard battle, they realize that they are trapped forever. Good job! So apparently, I guess, in this twisted world of EarthBound that Toby Fox has created, it was Andy Nuts' original plan to just keep them trapped there before their souls broke free and, like, return to their bodies because they're cool like that.
Huh.
It's so admirable that a single person could accomplish all this. I'm even surprised myself. Haha.
Oh no, now we're getting into the really early videos of mine.
Varric, A. Who's Varric? Why is he here? What does Varric taste like? Probably Varric-y. Step right up, step right up. Do you want to know how we do things behind the scenes? How do we kill so many people? Well, it's easy. Back here, behind the scenes. Got all kinds of things to show you. This way, ladies and gentlemen, find out what makes Dr. Edinuts so amazing. Somebody smeared mustard all over the walls. This map. I think this is. I think this is actually the Master Belch map. There's like a factory level before Saturn Valley in EarthBound, and I think this is the map from that. Are you enjoying yourself? You should. You're going to die. I'm going to die. We're all going to die. That's great. Get out of my way.
I don't know what happened to my Peacock 486 video.
Did it just like disappear or get buried or something?
I don't know. I don't see it here.
It's weird.
It was the original, like you know the Kargaroc 386 videos. There's one for the other. Like, cause I made another channel, Peacock 486 on YouTube, but I never used it. Never used it. But then, but I still made an intro video for it. Because back then, I don't know, I guess I had more fun making videos back then, because I don't know why. I'm gonna see if I can find this. 2009. Was it two? I'm sure it was.
Oh, okay. What? It just looks like a weird Dracula Metaton thing. The tie and bats and red eyes. And it's also fused with a couch, I think. And he's asleep.
Oh,
what? He's asleep.
What is this video? I'm gonna copy this.
Oh god.
No idea what this is in.
Okay, good. Everyone's stupid. What a loser. Just waste all his power points on that. Shredded into pieces. I have not, like... Alright, so I saw a couple of the first few enemies of this game in walkthroughs. But we haven't really seen too much of the weird new stuff yet, but I guess this is when it starts really showing the kind of crap that Toby can come up with.
Yeah.
And Zambo? The Underhunt. Or the Uber Hunt. Oh, okay. I was about to make a Undertale AU joke, but they cancelled it. Yeah, boy. Story. Oh man. And suddenly its chest erupted and burst into confetti. It's better than guts. Loaf of pumpkin bread. Okay. Guess these are retextured Fobbies, which are a group forming enemy that have powerful PSI, but they can't normally use it because they're so incompetent.
Yeah.
So that means that we actually probably want to get rid of these guys as quickly as possible. So I think it was Freeze that worked on them. Oh god.
I have this AVI of this video. This is a perfect example of what I mean. I don't know if you've seen... I think you probably have. Okay.
The AVI one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. I remember the thing.
It has the, it has, like, it zooms into the three birds in the intro, and then it has the thing that flies around, and then it has the clip show again. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Psychosaurus? Or is it Psychosaurus? It's just well, look guys. It's Toby's own original Missing No OC.
Nice.
Okay.
What is that even supposed to be?
A Psychosaurus. I don't know what those are.
It looks like an amalgamation from the
yeah. Pixel Diarrhea, the enemy. And it's apparently forcing itself down people's throats. And it's turning into axes. Oh, dude, these enemies suck.
Now, if only they could ever actually make just have it glitch, and then have a real, glitched enemy show up, but then make it not crash.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the best. Wait, did it just end?
No, I undid it because apparently I am a weakling. Okay, I can battle this guy. I'm gonna have to freaking grind on couch meta vampire king man. Freeze. That's right. Okay. Alright.
Wait a minute, they didn't change the name of the other characters?
They what?
Toby didn't change the name of the other characters?
No, he didn't change the name of Jeff, Paul, and Pooh, because they're part of the story. It's just that, I guess for some reason in the story, the Ness goes completely unmentioned for some kind of existential reason that is never answered, other than the fact that, it's popular belief that, Ness is actually Sans. But that came, years after this was made, so...
But then they never mention it again.
Yeah. They mentioned Ness vaguely, once or twice, saying, there was this one kid that you couldn't remember, or whatever. But then they don't directly ever state that it's Ness.
Huh. I don't even know.
I think I one-hitted that guy. Holy crap. How did I do that?
I don't really have much examples of corny videos, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've seen enough, old YTPs to figure it out.
You know, just straight up melodramatic stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying... and I know this, I try to make something dramatic, but then it just falls on its face.
Okay, apparently, Varric's power one-hits these enemies.
Huh.
As in, it doesn't even tell you how much, HP it was drained.
Huh.
Oh my god. Okay. That was a mistake. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my magical white shock powers to one-hit that guy.
I never really liked the design of this area.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of just it almost feels like a theater.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know how like there's like a fourth wall, like that's not really there, but you kind of imagine it as being there to the characters.
Yeah.
But here it doesn't feel like it has that. It feels like it's literally just black to them on the other side.
Yeah. This area actually, like, this particular area of, like, the industrial stuff is actually based off of the factory, I think it was, like, 2 factories in, the original Mother game, which was basically just this, a bunch of technology and pipes all over the wall. And a black void.
Not really. Yeah. Didn't even look that great. I mean, to be honest, like...
Yeah.
I guess that's, you know, like, whatever, but... I don't know, I feel like this place could have just been a little bit better.
Because it's almost just basically a sprite update of the original area, which wasn't very engaging to begin with.
There's nothing even here, it's just the panels on the wall. There's
not
like any machines.
Which is exactly how it was. It was just panels and like a couple of freaking like trash cans where you'd find crap in.
And not even, like, those were rare.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time you'd just, like, you'd have panels on the wall. Like, oh, there's fences over there, did you see them? I know this area is just a respray. I'm talking about the original, like, EarthBound or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, there's not really much difference. Like, there's just nothing here. It just feels empty. You know, like, you'd expect, oh, it's a machine, like, it's a laboratory or whatever. It's supposed to have, like, a bunch of machines and whatnot, but nope. It's empty. Except for, like, some technological textures on the walls. I guess there's a conveyor belt.
Yeah, there's, like, one conveyor belt which is supposed to be where, like, the like, Saturns are working for Belch, the pile of vomit guy.
Yeah.
Stop doing... Oh, I hate that the enemies do so much damage in this hack.
This is longer than I remember it. I never played it, but, you know, like...
Yeah.
I get the feeling, like... Is this just the same length as EarthBound, or what?
It's not as long as EarthBound. All I know is that I am redoing that because that was awful. It's not as long as EarthBound, I know that for sure. In fact, we're almost to... Alright, so I guess you could call these parts chapters. Compared to how long the past 2 chapters were, I'd say we're like a couple of minutes from getting Pooh, our final party member, before we can move on to the last area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try the white shock trick. Come on. Okay. I wonder if, Oh. Okay. Wait a minute. I did not. Alright, so I swear that was his front-facing sprite, but it counted that battle as a back attack, so...
Yeah?
I might actually have a chance. Okay, so his attack isn't like an insta-kill, it's actually just PK Flash. Oh my god.
I'm just looking at this Vine Sauce, like, cause he just uploaded the, well, I guess not really just, but, you know, he uploaded the Minish Cap Part 4. And that's actually, like, I really enjoy that, like, that stream. But, I mean, at the other streams, like, I didn't actually watch Part 4, but I really enjoyed that playthrough so far. And
I haven't even checked them out yet. I've been watching Joel's streams, so yeah. And also, since I haven't played Minish Cap myself...
yeah, you kind of want to not watch it.
Let's destroy this guy.
I don't know if Well, there's this part where there's a bunch of birds, and I was actually looking forward to it. I mean, it isn't that big, but, you know... Like, it's not that significant, but...
Yeah.
I wanted to see chat's reaction, because, you know, Vinesauce chat, whenever there's a bird on screen, the chat just dies.
Yeah, burp, burp. Scoot the burp, Vinny. Scoot it. Love to eat. Face disorder? No. Busy eating. Arthritis? Who thinks about him? Oh, these are the two guys who was helping him work on... Who was helping Andonuts work on the, face disorder, and for some reason they are building his wife and son. Staring at my sexy muscles. Sexy. Muscles. Premeditated murder, boing. Oh no! Blood of many! On hands! Ding! You don't have hands, Saturn. I do not. Ooh, butterfly. The number on the XKCT forum, edgy forums. Yeah, the edge. Tried so hard, got so far, but in the end, didn't even matter. Boy.
I'm sorry for that. I bet it sounded awful. And I know that that number on the XKCD forums sounds a bit weird. Like, what does that even mean?
I know it's an elder meme, though.
Well, you know XKCD, like that that fucking genius.
Yeah.
That makes funny comics sometimes. Well, and on the forums, they had a thread called "My Number Is Bigger," and considering that this is XKCD, it got intense pretty fast. You know, like, you needed, like, by the end of the thread, you needed to have a pretty advanced mathematical education to even to even comprehend how big these are.
Yeah.
And in fact, like, I guess, like, about halfway through the thread, this guy comes on and pretty much breaks the universe. Like, he basically just says, like, he basically just describes the biggest number that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
I can't even explain it. But it's insane. And it's like the thread couldn't even continue because they couldn't top him. So that's what that refers to. That's why I had to do +2, because I couldn't say anything higher than that. In fact, that's pretty much the end of that meme right there. Like, I just topped everyone.
Oh, snap. It's the ultimate say in everything.
Yeah. So I imagine people have gone like infinity edgy, infinity +2 or whatever. You know, like that would beat it, but that's not a number.
Mm. Snap, I think I screwed myself over. Actually, maybe not. Flat. Focus on Uber Hot. Okay, good! I one-hitted him.
I don't know if I told you this, but I think it was a few weeks ago. MC Gamer, you know, the guy from Zeldathon, and well, I mean, not Minecraft, not anymore, but
yeah.
He made a new episode of Good Morning Minecraft.
Oh wow!
And it was just like, he said in the video, is like, some guy came on his Discord and said, if you make a new episode of Good Morning Minecraft, I'll pay you $50. And he's like, lol, and then he made it.
No, all there is to wait and see if he actually gets paid $50.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, but yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure he got $50 that day.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that what was even more stunning was that he did it at all.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't done it for 2 years. And what I thought was pretty funny was that one of the things that he does, like one of the gimmicks of that series, is that at the very beginning, like, he'd show people's breakfasts on that people would send in, like, as pictures. And it would have the date, like, it had the title card of the previous episode on it. And then on this episode, the picture was, like, 2 years old.
Yeah.
So, like, this is, like, a 2016 episode, and it had, like, a guy's breakfast with a 2013 title card on it.
Damn.
And he was still, like, talking about, like, all normal, and, like, you know, like, he's talking about his breakfast and whatnot. I thought it was really funny.
Oh my god. I'm not undoing that.
Oh, Toroga Dude, the guy from 2B2T. There's a lot of people from 2B2T. He started making he started making the Death Star in 2B2T. And it said, like, oh, it's gonna go from the, you know, like, he's making it in the end. But it's gonna go from 0 to the height limit.
Dang.
So it's gonna be pretty insane. That's actually the Death Star 2, but, you know, like the busted up one, but, it's still pretty insane. You know, like, I said that the rock statue that I made in Survival was insane. And that took a week straight of making it. But then again, I made it kind of fast. This is going to be made over a period of months, but is I'd imagine this is more insane, but at the same time a bit less, I don't know. I still like the rock statue more.
Yeah.
In other news, there's a dupe on 2B2T. Like,
there's a what?
There's an item duplication.
Oh,
on the
snap!
server right now.
Nice.
That like normally they keep there's a lot of stuff that they keep secret because they don't want new players to know about it. Which I always thought was, you know, whatever. Like, there's also a coordinate because it's a big server, it's anarchy, there's no rules. And your coordinates are probably the most precious things that you've got. Because if people know where you are, they'll come to you and kill you and take your stuff. And grief your bases.
Destroy everything you hold dearly.
Yeah, pretty much. So, there's also a thing where, they can figure out where you are based on pictures.
Oh, snap. It's like a serial killer.
Yeah. And a few bases have been griefed like that.
Oh man.
So far.
That sucks. Hold on, I'm gonna read this piece of dialogue. Like, how could I do that? I can't believe I would. Of course I would. Dr. Adonai. Okay, as you were saying, the griefing and like the fact that people can like hunt down people on 2B2T just by photos.
The coordinate exploit's still secret. Like, they don't want people to know about it.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, really, what would happen if everyone knew about it? Like, but I don't think anything much would happen other than a lot of things would get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not going to be as bad as when Russia came on the server. And just, I mean, people are like, 2B2T is dead for a while after that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended up not being dead, so I mean, I think people on there are paranoid. Like, super paranoid.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to this Death Star thing that this guy's making. Oh, and Taroga this is the, you know, like the guy, like as on the Lugia statue thing, and I gave myself his head. Like the guy, you know, the guy with one eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy. And it's in Survival. Oh, he did a live stream earlier. Like, the first live stream that he did on YouTube. Which I don't like YouTube live streaming. I like Twitch more.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I don't like... See, to be honest, the Twitch chat is way better than the YouTube live stream chat.
Oh yeah, YouTube live stream chat is... it sucks for everyone, really.
Even the streamer, like, you can't really... I mean, it's better than it used to be by a long shot, but it's still got a long ways to go. And even then, you can't use it on IRC.
Yeah.
And that's like the thing that I use for Twitch chat. Means that I don't have to have a web browser open all the time to view the chat. I don't even have to on Twitch. I don't even have to have a web browser open to view the stream. I can just close all my web browsers and still be fine.
Yeah.
So,
well, I just got like 2 really good items for Varric only. The
nice.
Soul Armor and the Khaled Fluch. It's kind of hideous sword name.
It looks like he's trying to be like all like fancy and whatnot.
Yeah.
Almost like a medieval, like...
Well, like the crazy sort of like fantasy medieval weapon names that you see in Fire Emblem or whatever.
Yeah. At least that's the... I guess that's what I get from it.
Yeah.
But then it just... I guess it doesn't work like... You see what you do. And usually with those names, it usually means something. Usually with a lot of names, like, where the fuck do our names come from? Like,
yeah.
Like, I have to admit, like, were your ancestors blacksmiths or something?
Yeah. Like, exactly what kind of smith were they? How come there were so freaking many of them?
Like, usually people, like, like, people back then they'd give people, like, they'd actually name themselves. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know how names, obviously, I don't think I understand how names worked back then.
Yeah.
But it's different from nowadays, where you just give, like, your name basically doesn't, it didn't have to be spelled correctly, it just
yeah,
could be,
like,
random
heck,
letters.
freaking Vikings, they didn't even really have last names. Vikings were like, I'm Olaf, son of Yorm. That was their last name. They just said their father's name.
And it's like, I don't know, like, when they stopped doing that, it's like, well, they didn't change it by that point, and then the words lost their meaning, and now it's like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, the words, though, they still kind of have the same meaning as they always did. And it's interesting to see how you can look at someone's last name, and then it's like, well, what does this mean? And then all of them are, like, medieval, like, terms and whatnot.
Yeah. I think it was, like, medieval Europe that started the whole naming people after their professions and whatever. Mm-hmm. Where in other places it was just like, there was even some cases where they didn't even have a last name at all, like with the Vikings, where they were just, by the way, did you know I'm the son of this guy?
Yeah. And it's like, and that's usually how you make names like that, because, you know, it's not just like you go to, like, you don't just pick random names. You have to, like, be creative. Like, it's almost like, well, what is this going to be used, like, you have this sword. What's it going to be used for? And then you, like, just name it. Like, you just name it after what it's used for.
Yeah, like, Fire Emblem, Marth, one of the characters in the game, he has a sword called Falchion. Which is like a misspelled version of Falcon. But it's like a sword that can do like a flying down attack. Kind of like a falcon, I guess. Or falcon is, you know, it's like... There's a meaning. I think it has something to do with air or whatever, so hence why it's named Falcon. Because it's like it has a attack that is special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost to the end of this area. I can feel it.
And so, anyway. So you have that. You have, like, a name for your whatever. It doesn't have to be a sword, like, obviously. It could just be anything. Like, so you have your name. It could be for a character. So you have your name. And then it's like, well, let's go to Google Translate and make it Latin or something.
Oh, man. Freaking... that's like almost every character I've ever named ever. Like Mara and Gurren. Mara is just like... I guess... like, it was just kind of taken from Murasaki, which is purple for... or Japanese, and... it's purple for Japanese. It's Japanese for purple, and Gurren is just... like... green in Japanese, but it's not the same kind of green. It's green based on the, like, English word for green. There's a different word for green in typical Japanese, but it's like a more... it's like a Japanese-sized version. Because you know how Americans anglicize things?
Yeah.
Or this is like a Japanese-glicized. I don't know what you'd call that.
I know what you mean, though.
Even though most Japanese glicized things is basically just add U at the end and change any L's to R. Like Rinku is like you Japanese glicize that and it becomes Link. Just it plainly translates into Link. There's no hoops to jump through.
That's probably what they originally named it, though.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre, because why would they name it after an English word?
I don't know, Japan loves its culture, but it also likes borrowing from other cultures, but it never admits it. Because they're like, they have this weird proud system, where they don't like to admit the fact that they've borrowed a few ideas here or there. Like how the manga industry kind of boomed because of things like Superman being a big thing in the West. So it was actually Western comics that sort of caused Japanese comics to get so big.
Isn't that the same thing with anime as well? Like,
yeah, anime was also, I mean, heck, the original, like, anime that I'm sure you've probably at least heard of this before, Astro Boy? Like, that anime was, like, so big that you, like, nowadays, even though it was inspired by animation like Disney and whatever, and, like, comics such as Superman, like, it gets to the point where the same animator who made Astro Boy, made an anime movie about this white lion that was originally from a manga he made, and it was called Kimba the White Lion, and it was about this white lion who, like, there was an evil uncle who killed his dad, and so he had to become king, and guess who ripped them off? But Disney will never admit it. Well, I just said the name, so yeah, it's Disney. Disney actually ripped off something that originally was inspired by Western works.
That is really ironic.
Yeah. The irony is so thick between Japan and America. I mean, Japan's taken inspiration from other things as well.
Yeah.
But Japan and America just have this burning parallel.
Which is one of the most bizarre things that you've ever seen.
Yeah, there's literally no other, like, cultural relationship in the world that I've ever seen between two completely different cultures and nations than Japan and America. It's like they're rivals, but they're frenemies, but they're, like, also really racist against each other. But at the same time, they keep saying, oh, your stuff is good. And at the same time, they keep saying, oh, your stuff is bad and our stuff is good. And it's like this, it's absolutely just bizarre.
Yeah.
Because you gotta realize, like, I mean, like, you know, all the World War II games with, like, fighting enemy Japanese soldiers. Like, it's exactly parallel on their side. All the war games made in Japan are entirely parallel when it comes to World War II stuff.
Is it on their side?
Yes, it's on their side, which is ridiculous because they lost. But Japan's a very, very proud nation. I mean, they're on an island all the time, so it's basically all they have. So they just kind of, they really stewed in their own culture for a very long time. That's probably why they're so weird. Because Japan's also one of the few nations that no matter what media it is, and no matter, like, whether it's a pop song or a freaking, like, schoolgirls anime, it has some kind of reference to, like, Japanese folklore and ancient Japanese culture from hundreds of years ago. They still reference it to this day because they've had it. They live next to that culture, and have been living next to that culture for years and years and years. So they've done nothing but reference it. Like, oh man. I think that's the last one.
I mean, from what I understand, like, I guess, like, for a while, I mean, being on an island, like, that's a big thing.
Oh yeah, it's a really big thing.
I mean, everything's, like, really close together, and it's, like, it's hard to leave.
Yeah.
and it's hard for people to come in, so it's very it's very like pure, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess pure in their sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, it's all. I mean, I guess you don't have very much cultural, like. I don't know what the word for it would be, like, but like invasion, I guess.
Yeah. You don't have cultural integration.
Yeah.
And so and this is another thing, a reason why like Japan has kept, like it's not too hard to tell when you like look at animes and manga that Japan can be that special kind of accidental racism, where like, even if the character's not being a stereotype as in like their character, their design is very, very like racially sensitive. Like, black people in anime usually have like very, very pitch dark skin and very, very big lips. And like, and if the character's like represented like an actual character, not treated as some kind of like sub creature, and they usually aren't, it doesn't even matter because the character is already some kind of negative racial image. And it's not even, they didn't even mean that. It's because, for the most part, all they really learned about, like, African American, black people, whatever you want to call them, because this is a magical world if everyone gets offended, like, it was like a rare sighting.
Yeah.
And same thing for Westerners, because like there's a stereotype in Japan where Westerners have like really, really long noses.
Yeah, it's just rare.
Yeah, they have straight blonde hair and really long noses, and that's a Westerner stereotype.
Anyway, and I know like for the longest time, I mean, it's an island, but I mean, no one really, like... And this is, like, really before, like, everyone in the world wanted a piece of everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
And then by the time they did, Japan was closed.
Yeah, like, they had basically said, we don't really need you guys.
Yeah. They're like, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then by the time they opened the nose, and by the time that happened, like, by the time that stopped happening, well, I mean, I guess that was close enough to nowadays that, it didn't really make much difference.
Yeah.
So it's still kind of pure. And it really shows.
Yes. Hold on, hey, we've created a new unit behind here. It's a machine made of bad memories, just like us. Okay, it's not really that new. Yeah, we figured that out of nuts. But yeah, like, Japan, like, this is another reason why, like, I guess... Alright, so, like, I like anime, like Dragon Ball, whatever.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good, but watching anime is usually actually pretty hard for me if it doesn't have something, like, new to it. Like, for example, Pokemon's a pretty alright, example of adding some kind of twist to the formula that makes it interesting to watch. I haven't watched Pokemon in a while, but, like, Pokemon was pretty cool when I was watching it a couple of years ago. But a lot of animes fall into these different categories where they can basically be predicted as soon as you see the first episode.
Yeah.
Like, you see the first episode, and if you've seen one anime in that same genre, you can already predict how it's going to turn out. There's going to be a bad guy, and there's going to be a main character who's super strong and can do anything and never lose, except for maybe once, just to show that he can do it.
Yeah.
And the bad guy is gonna say, ha ha ha, I'm too strong, so you're going to have to fight my 20 evil minions in their secret bases before you can fight me. And so they do that, but when they fight, like, the first 5, it's like, oh no, there's a new threat. Turns out the elite evil minions are there, and now they have to defeat the elite evil minions. And so now they've defeated those guys, and they've defeated almost all their bases. But as they near the final boss, suddenly the ancestor of the final boss has broken loose and is destroying everything. It's completely unexpected and nobody saw it coming. So then they have to show down against what is basically a secondary boss. And so then right before they get to the actual final boss again, because of the fact that the relative broke loose, now there's all this other crap, and so now they have to fight, like, some people that they've already fought.
This sounds like the plot to a video game.
Yeah, that's basic. Alright, so the plot I'm actually describing is basically every shonen anime ever. A shonen anime is, like, it comes in, like, anime and manga form. It's basically where you have that super powerful hero fighting the like, ultimate bad guy. And that's just one genre of anime, and if you've seen one shonen, you've basically seen all of them.
Yeah.
And the only thing that makes them original is, like, the way they go about telling that same story. Which is why things like, for example, the anime I've gotten into the past year, Bobobo, what makes that a little bit more fresh and interesting is because it's a gag comedy anime, so not only is it, like, a basic shonen plot, but it also layers in, like, a bunch of really stupid humor and whatever.
Is it like a parody?
Yeah, it's a parody slash gag comedy slash complete Japan WTF, basically.
Yeah, so it's like the people who made it realized that it's the same stuff over and over, so like...
Yeah, like, it started with the manga, that was a parody on the shonen that every shonen is based off of, called Fist of the North Star, which is this anime about a guy, like a really strong guy, in a post-apocalyptic world in the year 3000, where he has to defeat this ultimate bad guy who's ruling all over the ruined Earth. And he has his special move, Fist of the North Star, and he can basically defeat anyone, but he still has to get stronger and make friends and whatever.
Yeah.
And it started as a stupid parody on that, but then it took off because the big manga publishing company, Shonen Jump, thought it was really funny, so they kept it up, and that's how it became basically the ultimate parody manga of all shonens ever. But it can also be enjoyed by its own its stupidity, because it's got that special kind of absolutely what the heck is going on sort of Japanese humor. Kind of stuff that like Katamari Damacy is known for. And that's what make that, like, I say probably 80% of the animes I've ever watched I've never finished. But the reason why I've watched a heck of a lot more episodes of Bobobo than a lot of the animes I've watched is because of the fact that it actually did something interesting with that same plot. I've never got to actually finish it, though, because I was watching it on YouTube, because, I mean, like, it's a 2004 anime. The manga's 2001, I think, but the anime was released in America in 2004. Oh snap, that's a different area. But, so I was watching it on YouTube, but YouTube did some kind of raid thing where they took all of that stuff down, so I never got to finish it. And I was almost finished. So, yeah. Yeah, basically, anime. If you don't do something different with the plot and try and make it fresh, you're basically just choose your genre, and then play your video game, even though it's an uninteractive game.
Yeah, it really does sound like the plot of a video game. Maybe I guess it's the other way around. Like, they like have all these they have all this like manga and anime, and they're like, well, let's turn this into a video game, and then that's where all the video game stuff happened.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually how it was, but
I know a lot of well, considering like a lot of the stuff came before video games were a big thing. I guess that makes sense.
It does sound kind of like a lot of video games are influenced by that.
Yeah. When the phase story was finally completed, I was completely ecstatic. This was going to be me. I've done something helpful, something immensely helpful. I've finally been able to prove my worth to the world, to my son, to my wife. Yes, I was excited beyond belief, and also very scared. Nobody ever attempted time travel before. There were things nobody could have foreseen. Right into a horrifying realization as I went over the final plans. Life forms are demolished in the process of time travel. I had to turn my son into a robot. I had to turn his friends into robots. There's something chilling about opening them up with a scalpel. It's the same flesh and bones as me. Same blood, same heart. You know? Not even a real doctor. Just somehow I managed to finish operating on them. Then they stepped into the phase disorder. Their will to save the world was absolute. They were going to fight the greatest evil. For some reason, they were less afraid than I was. At the time, I didn't know why I was so scared. Now I know why. The machine was a death trap. Oh, just wait for it. Oh my god.
What?
The majestic phase. What the heck? Oh. What? I can't. I don't know. I don't have words for that. All I know is it's boss
Neither do I. I'm just stunned.
Yeah.
That's not what I expected it to be.
No, I expected just a picture of the phase disorder, or like another spooky smoke spray. Not Saturn modern art thing. Oh my god, okay. Oh, it's got a power shield on, that's not good.
I'm watching the Vine Sauce stream right now as well, the Pokemon Moon stream.
Oh yeah. Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get the...
Why is this mouth gray?
The what?
There's a Meowth on screen and it's
Oh,
gray.
a Alolan form. Okay, so when they were making Sun and Moon, they were like, okay, we're secretly out of ideas, but we're not gonna tell anyone. So, what can we do so that we can make new Pokemon without having to make new Pokemon? And so they're like, oh, I got an idea. What about if we took the Gen 1 Pokemon and made them so they were adapted to the new region? And they were like, oh, it's brilliant. So that's what they did. Basically, in the Alola region, certain Gen 1 Pokemon that live there, like, weren't able to really live in the climate without adapting, because they came to the island by different means. So instead of, like, dying off, they just adapted by having a different form. Which is actually pretty cool in some cases. Like, Ninetales got a Alolan form, and it became an ice type because it lived in the mountains or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, is that a shiny or something? But no.
Yeah, and then the Meowths are actually supposed to be what purebred Meowths look like.
Huh.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah, they did that for, what was the first game to have the Mega Evolutions? Because I think that's the same kind of thing where they're like...
Yeah, it's X and Y.
Yeah. Because I think they did the same thing there. Because they're like, we've ran out of ideas. Let's reuse.
Yeah, and no matter what anyone says, like, okay, so Game Informer, I got Game Informer's, like, new magazine today, because I'm still subscribed to that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough boss. But, like, so, crap, hold on, train of thought, been haunted. Alright, so anyways, in the Game Informer magazine, there was an interview with,
Yeah?
Shigeru, whatever his name is. I forgot his, first name. But he's like the current director of the Pokemon Company. They did an interview with him, and one of the questions was, are you running out of ideas, for Pokemon? Is that the reason why you keep making inanimate objects Pokemon? And he's like, no, we're not running out of ideas. We just noticed that we have a little bit, too many animal Pokemon, so we're just gonna try and balance it out by adding some, like, inanimate object Pokemon. And that was his answer. And it's like, are you sure about that? Because that key Pokemon really pushed the boundaries. Alright, so I forgot to save state here, but it's alright because the only thing we have between us is that one little walk through the cave. I'm gonna try and beat this guy tonight. I figure he's gonna be like the other bosses, just figure out his weakness and just spam it forever. So that's basically been these bosses so far. The only problem with this guy is that I can't really physical attack him because of the way he has a power shield on, meaning anytime anyone attacks him, it's like the power shields in Mother 3, but they were called something different. You attack them and it just bounces back with the same amount of damage. Just skip through this dialogue. I'm actually gonna fast forward it. I swear this sprite though, oh my god. Oh. Just, what even is that? Also, there's the letter M floating in the zappy junk pixels.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Let's see what happens if I do that. Just do, like, the ultimate white shot. Let's try Spy. I haven't tried Jeff's Spy ability this whole game, so... Yeah. Phase Distorture. Ha ha ha. It's a pun. Oh my god. What even is that? Let's try time stop. Oh, okay. Oh, I need to figure out, like, what this thing is gonna do. It's a lot of HP. Okay. Yeah, this guy is a fat one. Okay, forget this. Yeah, we're actually gonna have to grind a little bit. God, no, we don't want to grind that much. Never mind. Lots of save resettings this part. This area has sucked really bad. I guess this is where the 90-degree spike occurs. Where it's like, you go from hero to below 0. Because this is... no.
I don't even know.
These guys give out decent XP as far as I've seen, so maybe this actually isn't gonna be too bad. They give out, I think, almost 100 every time, and definitely over 100 if you have 2 people in the battle. Paula has a PSI shield. She has all the PSI shields, she just doesn't have enough PSI to support it. Man, it's so great when the enemy wastes its only chance of actually being a threat in battle on a move that isn't even going to affect me. Because like range shock only works if the character you're directing it towards has a really high IQ. But
yeah.
Apparently everyone on my team is idiots because it has not worked yet. Okay. Destroy Uber Hut. Death to Paula. Oh, well, yeah. I guess Vladula could actually do damage sometimes, but not very often. Alright, good. So it does heal everything. Alright. Oh, that was a mistake. It wasn't too bad of a mistake. Oh man, this is actually gonna be kind of hard because to grind here, because if I speed up, I'm gonna get screwed because the enemy frequency here is insane.
Yeah.
These guys like freaking spawn in flocks. Whoa, Paula leveled up. She has better freeze power. Maybe that's what we need for this phase distorture.
I can't fucking believe that you have to fight it.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Holy crap. Cause, like, it's such... I mean, I guess it was important to internets, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was expecting, like, another typical, you know, like, what it's been so far. I mean, I guess the first boss, No, No, and No, was kinda off the wall. But the next boss was basically just, I guess, melodramatic DeviantArt stuff. Just like, spooky smoke, like, the kind of stuff that you'd see on, like, burgeoning artists that just use MS Paint or whatever.
Oh man, and they don't even, like, oh man, and they save in JPEG.
Oh man.
Or better,
yeah.
they draw with the paint, like they draw with the paint tool.
Yeah, and then they don't. And it's the kind of paint where it's like, it's the new paint, so the paint has like this gradient on it, so it's not just a solid line of paint.
Yeah, and then they use the bucket tool to fill in the colors, which makes it look all ugly because the border of the line still has the original background. And it's terrible art too. I don't want to use I mean, I don't like.
I mean, technically, there's no quote unquote terrible art.
But I mean, come the fuck on.
Yeah, seriously. Oh no, it gets worse. Circle tool head. Freaking.
Nah, oh god. I consider that to be better.
Like, okay, so maybe it is, because they do have a base, but the worst part about it is when they, like, use the circle tool head, not as a base. Like, the circle tool head can be really useful if you're, like, drawing a character or whatever with, like, a head, of course. But you, like, need to work on positioning, so you just make the circle, and then you draw the full face around it. But when you just use the circle, and you just, like, draw a face, and it's, like, a perfectly circular face.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so gross. Oh, man. The amount, the sheer quantity of Sonic the Hedgehog and Five Nights at Freddy's related fan art drawn solely with MS Paint and that circle tool are unfathomable. I could not, in a million years, even begin to, like, think about exactly how much of that there is on the internet. Because there is so much.
I don't want to get started. You know what? I was thinking during the stream, I'd just show you, like, what it's like browsing DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Like how I do it. But I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, but at the same
time,
maybe
I'd get banned.
You have to show profiles that you've evaluated beforehand.
Yeah.
And only those, because of the fact that there's, even though DeviantArt does indeed have a filter, there are some people who refuse the existence of it.
It's like, oh man.
It's like, well, if the young children aren't even supposed to be on this website. It's like, dude, like, I think the minimum age is 13, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Of
course, there's people who fake their age all the time.
Yeah, it's like, oh, guys, I'm 21, and they're using, like, hold on. Trying to type an example.
What do you mean? Like they're 21 and
yeah, look.
12-year-olds.
And they use that kind of grammar.
Yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm a grown-up. Can do what I want. I can draw all the Sonic characters I want with MS Paint. You can't tell me it's bad because my art is good because my mommy said so. And it's like, dude, please just wait a couple of years. Maybe try not using paint. And come back and maybe you'll be better.
Yeah, like at least get the GIMP.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
like paint is the lowest common denominator. GIMP is like GIMP is like Photoshop professional version in comparison to Microsoft Paint.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being generous.
Thankfully, I don't actually see that much art like that often.
Yeah.
It's just mainly all the fucking porn that I see.
Oh,
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, the grotesque fetish art. Oh boy. And then they don't even have it like censored because it's not traditional.
Yeah.
Like it's not the traditional like classified as clearly not safe for children. It's like the stupid like Sonic inflation. And so it's like you say, hey, you might want to age restrict this.
Seriously.
And then it's like, no, I'm not gonna age restrict this because it's not porn. And it's like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you actually that stupid?
I got a sound clip that shows what I think about this.
Yeah. Like, there's a reason why I know a lot of this stuff because, like, when I'm drawing and whatever, I usually put on, like, there's a lot of, or a good portion of YouTubers who do a lot of DeviantArt related reviews and whatever. Like, they review a piece of art or a category of a piece of art. And that's how I know a lot about how awful some of this stuff can get. Because I don't dare go on DeviantArt search engine anymore after subsequent missions that ended with many
Oh my god. I didn't even
cringes.
hear you that time. You probably heard the scream, though.
Oh, yep.
That's what I think of that. And it's just infuriating that it's just... Why?
It's like,
fuck.
you know, there's websites made exclusively for that, so no one has to see it, and no one, like... And you gotta realize, like, they get salty when you criticize them for posting it on a freaking, like, art website like this.
Yeah, seriously.
And they get angry. It's like, dude, I could do what I want. You're not me, and you'll never understand me, and you're being hypocritical, and it's like...
You know what? I've always been neutral when it comes to, like, what people find... Well, like, what people are sexually aroused by. I've always been neutral. Like, I can't... Who am I to dictate what people can be like?
Yeah, like, that's basically been me, but there are occasions where it's like... I mean,
seriously.
Why the frick can I not criticize you when you are on a public website, you don't even bother to hide your page, it's out for anyone to see, and you don't even bother to try and censor your artwork. It's just out there for, like, a stupid little kid who shouldn't probably even be on the website to accidentally stumble across and be forever ruined because their favorite Thomas the Tank Engine character was, like, completely squandered by fetish art.
I've seen so much that I've been jaded.
Yes.
It's like, just like...
And it's just like, oh, look, it's another one of these.
It's almost like I've grown like a resistance to it. It's like, I mean, come the fuck on. Why is there so much shit?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And I don't say this off. I tried to say this on DeviantArt years ago, and then I just had like a massive backlash. But I have like this plugin. I have an ad blocker on my DeviantArt. Like, I have a web browser for DeviantArt only, and I have an ad blocker set up on it. But it doesn't block ads. I don't have it. I have it set up to not block ads. But The only reason I use it is to block pictures, and I can have it block an entire artist's gallery from the search page.
Nice.
And it's like, I swear, I told people about this on DeviantArt years ago, and they're like, "Fuck you! Like, how dare you block our art?
Like, how dare you block our art? We want you to become poisoned."
It's like, oh, if you don't like this art, just ignore it.
Dude, you can't ignore stuff like that.
Seriously, that is...
Some of that stuff is basically like a freaking red target painted on a white page. You can't just ignore that. Have you seen your own artwork?
I've seen entire search pages filled with it. And they're completely off topic, too. Completely off topic. Maybe, like, the title has the word that you're searching for in it, but that's about it.
Yep.
Oh, man, that makes me want to vomit.
And it's like... And it's usually... I mean, it's usually not so bad, and why is Varric getting such a short end on this battle? Like, he's died twice in the past battles. Oh man, like, it's usually kinda alright if you're just searching up general things, like search up land, or, snowy landscape. You know, it could take you, like, a couple, maybe even an hour to find something like that bad. But you search up fandom-specific stuff, like, oh gee, I'm a big fan of Super Mario, I think I'll search up Super Mario in the DeviantArt search engine. And when you do that, it's like, typically on a good day, you may have 1 or 2 page loads to go before you find a piece of art that will completely ruin any good vibes you had.
It's just...
And it's just... It's so... This is why I don't use the search engine. Like, I love to find, like, a favorite... Because I have just, like, gone on the front page and found some really good stuff that I went ahead and favorited. But this is why I don't, like, my favorites category is just filled with, stuff that I have, like, that, like, the people I watch on DeviantArt post, because I don't want to see it.
Yes.
Like, who even knows what kind of, like, gurgling tar pit I might fall into if I decide to search, like...
I like, for me, I see it a bit differently, because for me, like, I mean, it's just like, you know, like birds and whatnot that I search for. And I almost feel like it's worth it digging through the shit to find the gold. But only just barely worth it.
It's only not worth it to me because I'm lazy. So it's like, if I find, like, a really cool, like, whatever, I'll favorite it on the front page. But otherwise, it's just like, okay, whatever.
Sometimes I'll use Google, but then you get... Google's
almost worse.
No, I've from my experience, on Google, it'll have less porn, but more just completely unrelated.
Oh yeah, or it's not really worse, but it's more annoying, because then you're like, you search up, for example, searching up, like, fan-made Pokedexes.
Yeah.
Which is something I like to do because, I mean, new ones pop up almost every week, and a lot of them are just really interesting to see what people have to take on, like, new ideas for Pokemon. Whether it be funny because it's, like, stupid, or funny because it's awful looking, or cool because it actually looks pretty great. Like, you get a lot of that. But then you get, like, links to YouTube videos.
Yeah, seriously.
About, like, check out the new 2011 6th generation Pokemon Pokedex list. And it's like, that's years old, and those aren't even, like, fan-made Pokemon. It's a real Pokemon.
Yeah, and it's not even art, it's just like the thumbnail from a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And that, or how about like the little avatars from people on forums, like they're
Oh
just
yeah,
like
those
some
pop
guy's
up as
portrait.
things. Like, oh,
Like
what's this? Oh, it's just an avatar of like a Pikachu.
Some guy's face.
Yeah. Or man, it gets even more jarring when it's just like a regular guy's face.
It's just like some photo of a guy.
It's like, oh hey, I found the new 285th gen Pokemon. Robert.
Oh, and if you like it, so you click on it, right? And it takes you to some forum post, or they're just like, and in the forum post, it has the word that you're talking about, but it's out of context.
Yeah, and it's like a forum post about living room design, and it's like, hey, well, I'm gonna get off right now and play some Pokemon. I'll see you in a couple hours, guys. And then you just see like posts saying bye, bye, bye.
Yeah, and
it's a 2012 post.
Yeah. So it's just completely just the epitome of irrelevancy. Or how about, and I've had this because I search like the Kargaroc pictures a lot.
Yeah.
Kargaroc
pictures have like a really limited, kind of like how Croc pictures, like the only Croc pictures that are I think have new like pieces of legitimate artwork that have popped up have been maybe 2. And I checked that, I think...
When was that?
That was, I think it was the end of October when I last checked the Croc search results. And after you get down to a certain point, it's just mainly basic Legend of Zelda stuff and a bunch of unrelated content.
Yeah. It's not even like birds or anything, it's just like Zelda stuff.
Yeah. Picture of PBG for one of like PBG's Zelda Month videos from last year.
And if you try, like, one of the tricks that I've found, like, you click on some in Google Image, and then click View More, if it has it.
And then you find, like, a bunch of, like... I guess it kind of narrows down the results, which is pretty nice, actually.
I've actually found, like... It's actually a bit of a big occasion when I found out about that, because it actually kind of works, but it's not perfect, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a certain point where it starts... Or either the page ends, because that's literally it, or it starts doing that whole unrelated crap, and then let's get the frick out of my way. Okay.
Like, I just searched Zelda Rock right now. Right, and there's...
I can actually do that right now. I'm not going to show it on stream, of course, but I'm grinding and whatever, so might as well.
Yeah. How about,
You search in Rock regular? Oh, okay. So you search in Rock regularly, and you get a lot of like Zelda-related stuff. That makes me happy.
Wait, just Rock?
Yeah, just Rock. The first one is the picture from the Zelda.org wiki.
Yeah.
And then it just goes down, and then you start seeing my stuff and your stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then you go down and then you see like a bunch of logos for companies, and then you see like a piece of bread with a kawaii anime face on it. Oh my gosh, but yeah, so at least that's something.
So anyway, so I click on the second picture in that search page. You know, the So you first have the Zelda wiki page for the Rock. Right? And then you have the second one, which is like from the actual Zelda wiki, with like the Rock standing.
Yeah.
I guess roosting. And it's and by the way, I made this picture.
Oh yeah. Like I can recognize the pictures you made because a lot of it is like it's got the scale in the background.
And so anyway, I click on that and I click View More. And well, I mean, it's actually like you say of Kargaroc. I think that's like a Gwei from Skyward Sword. Some fan-made Kargaroc that's from... Like, it's mainly the Twilight Princess Kargaroc, but...
Yeah, Twilight Princess Kargaroc has... It's surprising, because it has way more, I guess, original fan content than the regular... Yeah, really,
it's...
Mainly for its, I guess, its bizarre design or whatever.
Yeah, I'd imagine that. Another Rock picture, like just the official art, but cropped. Then you have Ho-Oh, like the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Except it's like a Loftwing. Then just some Kargaroc models. Then just random Skyward Sword stuff.
The actual freak. Okay, so like I went to the one of your like one of the commission art from like I don't even know how long ago that you had for what's his name? The person who's also really good at drawing like Zelda birds and stuff. And you go on View More, and the sheer unrelatedness, just like a scroll down, is absurd.
Like what one was it? Like what was it? Like a rock picture?
It was the picture of Terrace, Link on top of Terrace, like writing, and then Terrace like looking up at the rock.
Yeah, that one.
You get like you scroll. Oh, God, you get like a freaking picture of Anpan Man, like a guy in a Anpan Man mascot costume. And memes in what I believe is Russian?
It's just rock.
Yeah. Oh my... oh, Jesus. Like, it's just completely absurd.
Oh my God, that's awful. And there's a hard transition between them. Like,
yes, that's probably one of the hardest transitions I've ever seen in my life. Scroll down. Just
croc. And then just nothing else. Like, no, I lied. There's a Phoenix from Skyward Sword in the middle of the unrelated results. So it's not 100% hard.
Yeah.
But maybe like 99%.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Just, like, oh my gosh. Just absurd. I don't even... What does Russian memes and... I don't even know. There's like no good descriptive word to describe that. Zelda Rock. Zelda Rock keeps on, like, when you type in the name of a series, and then type in, the thing you're trying to search for, the specific enemy or whatever, you usually get a bunch of Zelda, like, you get, like, the main stuff, the most popular, at the top, and then you scroll down and you get, like, a lot of, like, Zelda-related stuff, but not necessarily the thing you're looking for related stuff.
Yeah.
And then you, like... and there, like, no matter what, with... the biggest problem with, or not the biggest, but an problem with, Google search results is the fact that there's still those, like, 5% outliers where it's something completely unrelated. It just has the keyword, and it, for some reason, is popular. Alright. Check.
What about just Kargaroc? I was actually searching for this the other day, but I didn't find anything.
What?
Just Kargaroc pictures, but...
yeah, as I said, like the only one, like...
Oh, the Kargaroc emblem that I uploaded is already on Google.
Okay.
The,
Like, I know, and I've, like, alright, hold on, let me see if this still is a thing that happens.
What is it?
Hold on. This is in regards to a terrible meme drawing that I made not too long ago.
I refuse.
Hold on. Okay, so it's not for that. It's the what is it? I think it's just that. Yeah, okay. So, Togedemaru, the Sonichu, type in Togedemaru Sonichu, which is like, I think the 4th search result, and within 4 pictures, my awful meme drawing comes up. Of the Sun and Moon recreation of the classic like title of the original Sonichu comic, which I don't know whether to be, it's like a weird disgusting fusion of proud, because it's like, oh look, I found my own work on Google search results, and a pretty generalized one too, but then you feel disgusted because like, but it's also a joke and a horrible meme that you can see coming from miles away.
It is kind of horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I still can't believe that. Like, I wonder if they made this intentionally.
Yeah, just. I mean, because it's not like Nintendo, like. It's not like Sonichu is completely unknown to Nintendo, considering Reggie Fils-Aimé himself had to deal with the fact that Chris Chan sent him a PowerPoint slide about how investing in Sonichu would be a great idea. And I kid you not, he sent him a PowerPoint about his idea for Sonichu. And Reggie turned it down and sent him a note saying that it was not really what they're looking for, and that he really hated how he sexualized Rose-Chu.
Wait, did Reggie actually say that?
Yes, he did. You could find out about it on the wiki. The wiki has the direct quote. But I'd be wary because the wiki is terrifying. I mean, the Chris Chan wiki.
Yeah, I've kind of seen, like, I went to the TV Tropes page, and I saw that they linked to it, but I was afraid to go to it, so I didn't.
I mean, as long as you don't click any of the unnecessary piping that they have, which is basically where you have, like, a word in a paragraph that says, like, it's just a normal paragraph, and then for some reason a word is highlighted that leads to a link. As long as you don't click on those, you should be able to get by without hitting the dead center of, like, the zones, the zone 0 of the Chris Chan wiki. As long as you don't click on the piping, then you should be fine. Just searching for the in fact, actually, I'm gonna go find this because I know how to. I've done massive research on this wiki due to boredom, and like, oh my gosh, the kind of stupidity that Chris Chan has said over the years. Like, oh my god. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. What is it? It's the CW, or the CWC, like, there it is, CWCKI. That's how they spell this. I think it's keyword PowerPoint. Oh. PowerPoint. There. Is this it? Where's it? Hold on. I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find the thing that freaking Reggie said about it. It's not too hard to find. I think this is it. Alright, I don't think it has the exact thing I'm looking for, but I found the page for it. I'm just gonna link it to you in QTalks because I don't want to spread the cancer in the chat.
Well, I don't want to see the link. I want to see the text.
Okay. I'll just.
I don't want to give. I don't want to go to the site.
All right.
Oh man, I'm watching this Fine Sauce stream. It's like there's this fence. There's this fence, and it's made out of like Pokeball patterns.
Wait, what are you watching? Oh.
Vinny.
Oh, okay, I know what fence you're talking about. The fences that they added for, I guess, extra depth.
Yeah.
I think it's in the first town, actually, or something like that.
I wasn't even paying attention. Except for the fact that this fence has a Pokeball pattern on it, which makes me... It's, you know, like what they always do in Pokemon, it's like... Everything is Pokemon.
Yeah,
like
that's the one thing Pokemon has this, like, weird thing. It's like everyone is ridiculously obsessed with Pokemon.
Yeah, seriously.
And it's like what kind of bizarre world is this? Where everyone's obsessed, like, Pokemon is, like, what everyone revolves around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also, like... Just, what do you call it? It's like the... It's not even like a religion, it's like a thing that everyone revolves around.
They're just, like, you said it best, they're just ridiculously obsessed with it.
Yeah, it's
the
like...
point where they're almost psychotic.
Yeah, it's like everything's Pokemon related. And not only that, but even though Pokemon are like the most common things in the Pokemon universe, there are people still obsessed with like stealing and selling them for no other reason than to get money. But at the same time, they're still obsessed with Pokemon, and not just because the money part, because they have like a whole team of Pokemon, and...
Yeah.
Just, oh my god.
It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. At least in this game, they've started to fix some of the blatant issues. Like, I'd be willing to bet that they still have this stupid thing where you have like one guy in front of the gym door, and it's like, well, just get the fuck out of the way. I need to get in there, but
yeah,
nope, you can't move him.
Like X and Y's, like X and Y finally turning the stupid shrubs into literal things that you probably don't want to walk into because it has like 5-inch spikes.
Yeah.
Where it's actually, you actually probably need a Pokemon with like deft hands to cut it down and not like an axe or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like...
Oh, and I linked the like the copy pasted article about what Nintendo's reaction was to
Yeah.
the Sonichu thing. Yeah, and it's so stupid because like Chris Chan had one job, and that job wasn't even his to begin with because it was just a really stupid idea to send them a PowerPoint of his like dumb Sonic OC. But he had one job, was to make that horrible idea convincing, and he screws it up because he puts like the worst picture possible for Rose-Chu.
Uh-huh.
Like that's the only thing that aside from like the like obvious like Chris Chan hates gays things, like that's the one thing that he put the nail in the coffin for Nintendo to even be nice about, saying, "Oh, sorry, guy, it's a good idea, but we just can't do it." Instead, they're like, he put that in, and it was like the trigger on the gun.
Yeah,
of
seriously.
Nintendo Rage mode.
They actually made them rage.
Yeah. It's like, because Fisame couldn't fathom the audacity of someone who could possibly send something this ridiculous to Nintendo. Ridiculous and offensive.
Like, I mean, I imagine they've all seen, like, the crap that you get on DeviantArt.
Oh yeah, I mean, to the point where, like, and I can't remember what, I think it was a Nintendo Direct, like an old one.
Yeah.
When I started doing it or something. Mr. Miyamoto actually talked about, like, he was like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it went roughly like, we have at Nintendo have seen pictures of, Mario and Peach kissing, and he's like, it's okay to draw Mario and Peach, but we kinda don't want to see them kissing, so maybe you could try to not do that so often. Yeah! That's basically how that conversation went.
Yeah.
He just kind of casually addressed the fact that he's seen shipping, and that he doesn't really approve of it, because technically they aren't shipped together.
Yeah. It's like... So they know about it, it's just that, like, that someone actually had the audacity to actually propose to them.
Yeah, actually send his cancer over to their side of the field. So basically, there was no way to ignore it other than to respond as, like, professionally as possible, but still being really teed.
Yeah.
About the fact that he decided to infect their home base with his alien virus. Alright, I think I'm about done with this grinding crap. This is a while. At least there was some, like, good filler conversation.
I almost wonder if they made whatever that Pokemon was.
Togedemaru.
Yeah.
Which actually is one of the few cases. I guess they thought Togedemaru's was going to be like a really big hit in other countries. Like as in like the second Pikachu phenomenon. Because that's the only reason I could figure out why they'd still keep its Japanese name.
Yeah.
Because that's just his Japanese name, and usually they translate the Pokemon's names, no matter if it's a Pikachu clone Pokemon or not. But the fact that they kept Togedemaru's name basically means they were kind of confident in the fact that maybe it'll blow up like Pikachu, since Pikachu's name is the same in every language.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why they decided to do that. I don't know how right they were about it blowing up, though.
I almost wonder, though, like... Because that, well... what is its typing?
Steel and electric. Which you could technically... say that they stole from Metal Sonichu the official evolution, or the official evolution of the split evolution line of Sonichu, where if you trade Sonichu holding a metal coat, he becomes Metal Sonichu, which is just Sonichu wearing knight armor. And its typing is metal electric. Or steel electric, I should say.
So it's the same typing.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's
to,
like their ultimate spite.
Like I wonder, like, because this is gonna fuck up the search results. Like, if you searched if you searched electric hedgehog Pokemon before, you'd probably just get Sonichu.
Hold on.
But now it'd probably be it'd probably just be official art.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna confirm it. Okay, the first image is a parody, just a recolor of Togedemaru to look like Sonichu.
Yeah.
Second image is actual Togedemaru. Third image is another parody art of Sonichu complaining how much he absolutely hates Togedemaru. And Togedemaru has like this really disgusted look on his face.
I think
it's now this abominable fusion of Togedemaru and Sonichu. It's like reached a singularity on this one Google search result.
What did you search for? I gotta see this.
Electric hedgehog Pokemon. Just those three words, and you get this basically completely equal. Oh god, it's my art. My art's in like the top search result. But no matter, like, I mean, if you go down any further than what you can see just from the looks of it, it starts getting really unrelated with just, like, random Pokemon. But from just at the beginning, it's like this complete and total equilibrium of Sonichu and Rosechu related stuff. Or, not Rosechu. Sonichu and Rosechu. No, Sonichu and Togedemaru. As well as some kind of weird Sonic fan Pokemon.
Seems to be more Sonichu than Togedemaru.
Yeah. It hasn't filled out completely yet, but it probably will in the coming months now that the game's released.
Yeah, like once it's out, like now that it's out, it's probably just gonna be Togedemaru in like a year.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what they were going for because they knew that this would happen, so they did this.
Yeah, it was like, man, oh man, that Chris Chan has completely ruined a lot of stuff for Nintendo. So our ultimate get back is that people will forever forget the horrors that were Sonichu by replacing it with an adorable Pikachu clone.
Obviously, that won't hurt, like... Obviously, if you search Sonichu, like...
Yeah, it'll always be Sonichu. There's no stopping that.
I think I've searched, like... And I probably imagine a lot of people have done this, but, like... Never mind. It was kind of disgusting.
Yeah. I know if, I think for Drampa, the Pokemon, another one of my stupid meme artworks are, like, the number one. Not for Drampa in particular, but, what is it? Let me see if it still works. Grandpa Evolution. Oh my god. End my life. Type in Grandpa Evolution, and it's number 1. It's number 1. And then after that is like an evolution where it's like we joke because it has dreadlocks. But yeah, just number 1 for Grandpa Evolution is.
I swear, your entire art, like, this is what people are gonna know you for.
I know.
Isn't it? It's just stupid meme art.
At least in the view more category, you actually find some like other interesting fan art, like an evolution for Lantern, some alternate. Hey, a really cool Xatu evolution. I've never seen that before. That's nice.
Where is it?
Just click on Durandad, the artwork, and and view more. The one closest to view more, click on it, the image, and it's like this nice Xatu evolution where it's like the artist evolves Xatu via Dawnstone, which makes sense because Xatu's like sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a pretty good piece of artwork, so it's like, I guess not all bad. Because it's linking to some people's actual quality art.
I want to know more.
Alright, let's check our status. Oh, everyone's actually looking pretty fine. I'm definitely not battling phase distorture again, tonight. Because I don't feel like doing that. Probably need a grind for, like, another level. But it's, like, 119. So, I think I might call it in. Because my goal was to, like, get this finished, but it didn't really work.
Yeah.
And it's alright, I didn't, like, pain anyone. I think there was, like, 3 viewers at one time, but the other guy finally left. I think it was an invisible viewer or something, because it didn't show up in the viewer list. But yeah.
Will you be here tomorrow, or?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I will, if I will it be your stream or my stream?
Probably yours.
Yeah, because I kind of want to stream again, but I don't know if I'll be able to tomorrow, but I'll see.
Well, will you be able to come on Sunday? That's the most important thing.
I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be able to come on Sunday.
Okay.
Because I can't, like, maybe... I could think of maybe, like, a freaking, like, Walmart trip is all. And that's even a stretch, because usually, like, Walmart or just screwing around in a general store just to get out of the house for, like, 20 minutes is all I really do.
Yeah, though the Sunday stream is going to be, it's going to be really early.
Yeah, so I may have to leave. If that's the case, I may have, this is just if something comes up, I may have to leave, like, during the stream. Well, I probably am gonna have to leave during the stream just for, like, food or whatever, if it's gonna be super early and I'm gonna be just sticking around there. But, yeah, if that's the case, then I'll leave and come back.
Yeah, it's gonna be super early and super long.
During the stream, I could maybe, like, catch up on some art. Just freaking bring all my pencils.
Oh, that would be really cool. Maybe you should do, like, a stream alongside or something.
Yeah. Just, like, cool. I don't know when I'm gonna start inking some of the stuff that... Like, I actually haven't... I've been drawing stuff pretty much, I'm just gonna exit out of the EV Halloween and put it back on my, like, regular screen since I'm pretty much done with that.